Hello, and thank you for joining me today. I'm Renetta Tull, Vice Chancellor for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion here at UC Davis. Today's video will share a few, though not all, updates related to ongoing plans around campus safety. In June 2020, Chancellor Gary May announced the formation of a Next Generation Reforms to Advance Campus Safety Task Force to examine what we as a campus could do to improve community policing. In the aftermath of horrible police killings of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and a growing number of Black African Americans, the future of policing across the country has been under intense public scrutiny. UC Davis is not immune to engaging in this important discussion and opportunity for continued reflection, given the pepper spray event that pushed UC Davis into the national spotlight. On November 18th, 2021, we will mark the 10-year anniversary of that event. Chancellor May's message recognizing the 10-year mark enumerates a number of changes we've undergone as a campus in the last 10 years and our continued commitment to campus safety. UC Davis has made changes to effectively and safely respond to campus protests, along with implementation of improved police practices and policies informed by what we've learned since the event of 2011. We recognize the harm to our students who were exercising their freedom to protest, and we're committed to continue to do the hard work, not only so that we don't repeat the legacy of that event, but to ensure that campus and public safety remain central to the ongoing discussions involving all members of our campus community. Last year, Chancellor May convened a group of students, faculty, and staff to assess what policing looks like for our campus in a way that reflects UC Davis's values as a community. After months of discussion and solicitation of feedback from the campus community, the task force completed their work and presented its recommendations in June of 2021. The 8 recommendations from the task force include: number 1, create an institutional structure allowing a continuing dialogue and review of the public safety function. Number 2, increase communication, transparency, and training. Number 3, implement alternative approaches to public safety and policing. Number 4, implement regular evaluation of police use of arms and bar the UCDPD participation in the law enforcement support program. 5, improve responses to mental health calls. 6, review the role and scope of the PAB, which is our Police Accountability Board. 7, address issues unique to the Sacramento campus. And finally, number 8, acknowledge the legacy of the pepper spray event. In 2020, DEI collaborated with the Transformative Justice and Education Center, which is here on campus, and connected to their 5 pedagogical stances: history matters, race matters, justice matters, language matters, and futures matter. In accordance with recommendation number 8 from the task force report, and in light of acknowledging history, the campus remembers and reckons with the intense harm caused by the pepper spray event. Now, under new leadership, there's a commitment to the future, as the campus also acknowledges the importance of student activism and moves toward implementing the recommendations of the task force. In summer 2021, Chancellor May took the next step of appointing an implementation team, which is tasked to respond to the recommendations. That team is diligently working to put measures in place that reflect the values of the campus. Now, we in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion are committed to our part in strengthening our community. There are elements of the Campus Safety Task Force recommendations that our office continues to lead, namely our Police Accountability Board, or the PAB, and other programs that bring the campus community together in dialogue and in the spirit of education through various awareness building events informed by our ongoing commitment to engage in discussions of these important and challenging topics. We believe that these continued and sustained engagements are important steps in working together and finding solutions to the very complex issues we collectively face. I'd like to take some time to share with you some initiatives and programs from our office that inform our continuing work that speak to campus safety, campus engagement, and community building. First, the Police Accountability Board. The Police Accountability Board, or the PAB at UC Davis, is a model program. The PAB is one of only a few civilian oversight programs for university police nationwide, and it leads the University of California as the only active complaint review board across the system. Our sister campuses have taken note, and next year, the other 9 UC campuses will be required to follow the Davis model in instituting their own civilian oversight boards as directed by the UC Office of the President. Our PAB was formed in 2014 as one component of a complex process of evaluating, restructuring, and healing in response to the 2011 pepper spray incident. The PAB is comprised of students, staff, and faculty that broadly represent the UC Davis community with administrative support from the Office of Campus Community Relations, which is within DEI, and the Office of Compliance and Policy. Its purpose to promote accountability, trust, and communication between the UC Davis community and the UC Davis Police Department is its main mission. The board is charged with recommending findings based on independent investigations into civilian complaints of misconduct against UC Davis police officers. These recommendations are then considered by the Chief of Police, and complaints to the PAB can be made by anyone, including those not currently affiliated with UC Davis, and they can be made anonymously. You can file a complaint about something that happened to you or something that happened to someone else. The PAB also reviews police department policies, procedures, practices, and trainings, and makes recommendations when the PAB identifies possible improvements or blind spots. Now, the campus safety report itself had recommendations for the PAB. Recommendation number 6 from that report was to review the role and scope of the PAB. The report noted that the task force commends the Police Accountability Board, or the PAB, in the work that it's doing and supports further review of current PAB processes to determine whether the campus would be best served by changes to its role or authority. The task force recommends that UC Davis include the appropriate parties, such as current and former members of the PAB, the Chief of Police, the Office of Compliance and Policy, the Office of the Campus Counsel, UC Legal, students, faculty, and staff in that discussion. The task force recommends that UC Davis leadership hire an outside consultant to review the role and scope of the PAB in light of its responsibility as an accountability board, as opposed to an advisory board. A consultant may also provide input about possible changes to the PAB. Specifically, the task force recommends review of whether, 1, the PAB is receiving sufficient information from the Office of Compliance and Policy investigators to make informed findings and recommendations regarding complaints of police misconduct. 2, the PAB's role in the disposition of complaints should be expanded beyond making a recommendation and to include authority to make the final determination over accepting or rejecting the investigator's finding. And then 3, the PAB should have more of a role in police discipline, such as making a recommendation to the Chief of Police regarding proposed discipline in cases of substantiated misconduct. The task force recommends that UC Davis leadership hire a consultant on a biennial basis to review our processes and make recommendations for improvement. Although some PAB members and advisors have said they've worked well with the current police chief, others communicated their concern about the PAB's relationship with future police chiefs. The campus administration should consider how to best accomplish a good working relationship between the PAB and the police chief. And possibilities include involving the PAB in the hiring of the police chief or requiring the chief to explain their decision when rejecting the PAB's findings or recommendations. The task force listened to concerns regarding community members' unfamiliarity with the PAB and possible underutilization. The task force recommends that the UCDPD, and the PAB educate the community about the PAB's role and function. This may include an education campaign or presentation at student orientation. It was also suggested that the UCDPD develop a business card that can be distributed after each police encounter with a community member. The UCDPD leadership appreciated the idea and has already begun the process of creating the business cards, which are scheduled to be available by this fall quarter. The PAB holds open meetings with the public quarterly, and I invite you to attend the board's public meetings and to review the PAB's reports and comprehensive database. Please visit the PAB website for more information. Let's talk about the book project. Another DEI initiative, the Campus Community Book Project, continues to provide opportunities for collective dialogue and shared learning around law enforcement at the intersection of other critical issues of our time. Previous book project programs have explored topics from non-police response to mental crisis, how local law enforcement and criminal justice agencies respond to community mental health needs, to the rippling effects of the misdemeanor system. Next year, the 2022-2023 book project will direct its attention to policing with the theme of police brutality, police reform, and alternatives to policing and transformative justice. In centering the ongoing dialogue on redressing and reimagining policing and public safety, our next book project theme will engage us in conversation informed by emerging scholarship and innovation, at the same time that UC Davis continues to examine and evolve our own practices. Speaking of practice, let's talk about a restorative practice workshop series. The expertise and leadership of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in Police Community Relations is integral in implementing meaningful and sustainable change at UC Davis. Campus safety recommendations about restorative justice, acknowledging the legacy of pepper spray, and the challenges of building a trusting and transparent relationship between student scholars and campus administration are opportunities to embed the values of inclusion and justice, not only in public safety practices, but across UC Davis's institutional culture. In light of some of these recommendations, DEI is organizing a workshop series for a cohort of UC Davis leaders, student scholars, and administration that is grounded in restorative practice as a foundation and framework for community building and for defining and protecting safety. The workshop series will provide an opportunity to engage collectively in communication and conflict resolution training, and it will allow participants to practice skills and engage in dialogue specific to enabling students and campus administrators to more effectively communicate and to collaboratively work together to address issues of concern, including freedom of expression and campus safety. I'm excited to collectively develop an action plan for advancing campus safety that invites input, participation, and leadership from across campus constituencies. You can find more information about these initiatives and programs by visiting our website at diversity.ucdavis.edu. You'll also find the archive of annual reports since the inception of the Police Accountability Board at pab.ucdavis.edu. That's pab.ucdavis.edu. And for a review of the 20-year history of our Campus Community Book Project, please visit ccbp.ucdavis.edu. We welcome your engagement with us in our collective efforts to ensure safety to all members of our community. On behalf of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, I wish you good health. I look forward to working together on these important issues.